Hi Ramya.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ramya.
So last day I got some couple of email IDs and I gave access to them. If you are still not having access to the drive and the folders, please do send us the your email IDs through the same channel from where you got the meeting invitation. If you get the meeting invitation from so and so person, please revert it back through the same channel. If you get the meeting invitation from us directly, please revert us back. Okay? Yeah. And today also we will
Hi,
discuss
ma'am.
about the yes.
Ma'am, created like one group we are joining. We are discussing all like
Ramya,
Yes.
we created this
one
from
group.
Tricentis. The support page we can create directly, Ramya, or else through you only we can create that.
The support account you are asking me about?
Yes, Satya. Yeah, yes, Ramya.
Please create it for your email IDs.
I have email ID, Ramya. Yesterday I created the support page. So through my email ID.
Okay.
So is it okay, Ramya, or else through you only you can create that support page
Nothing
for
like
us?
that. No, no. I want you people to create on your own.
Okay, thank you, Ramya.
Yeah. Okay, good. So today also we will be having a discussion on the good to know topics. Okay, like because from tomorrow most probably or from day after tomorrow is what your actual automation starts from. Okay, let's see. So yesterday we discussed about the different components of Tosca. Like we have Tosca Wizard, which will help us to scan the legacy applications. Tosca license configuration, which will help us to configure our license. Tosca enabler, which will help us to enable Tosca for different technologies. Tosca executor, which will help us to execute the test cases without opening the Tosca commander. And finally, Tosca commander, where we actually work, like where this is the place where we create modules, run test cases and all. So now today let us start working on the Tosca commander. So this is my Tosca commander. This is how when we open the Tosca commander, this is how it looks like. Now, and one more request, may you know somebody has joined under the name of admin. So can you just tell me who is this? Um, can you please inform me who is that joined under the name of admin? రిప్లై రావట్లే. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm removing you because I did not get any reply from your side. Cool. Okay. So now let's start working from the Tosca commander. Okay. So first of all, before we start working in the Tosca commander, what we need to know is what is a project or a workspace. Usually, when you are in your office and all, you will have certain place where you can sit and complete your activities and all. Right. In the same way, in Tosca Commander also, we will create one project. Some people call it as project. Some people call it as workspace. Both refer the same. So either project or workspace is what we create. And that is the place where we can sit and work. When we are talking about a project or a workspace, it is of two types basically. Are you working individually or are you working as a team? Means do you, or are you having dependency on another people or are you totally independent? So if you are totally independent, I have no dependency. So then I will create a single user workspace. No, I am having dependency. Like whatever code Raghu has developed. And again, Raghu is dependent on Funny. So in this ways, if we are dependent on each other, so then we should create a multi-user environment. Okay. So now let us see how can we see this, how can we create this project or workspace in the Tosca commander. After creating a project or workspace, only then we can start our work. So for that, just open your Tosca commander and in this, just click on this project and here you can see a new button, right? Click on this new button and then you can see this is the window that you get. Okay, in this window, see the first one is the type of the repository. This is nothing but if you select it as none, it will create a single user repository. If you select as any other value, then it will create a multi-user repository. Why this multi-user repository has these values means when you say you are dependent on each other. For suppose, think like we are a team of 5 members. I am dependent on Raghu and like whatever Raghu has done, I need to work from there. Like I need to pick up my work related things from the Raghu's work. That means when we need to be connected, like whatever Raghu is developing, I want to look into it. At the same time, whatever I am developing and I am running, Raghu has to look into it. At that point, it is like when our work needs to be connected, right? But Raghu works in a different laptop and I work in a different laptop. So how can we be connected? We will have a database in between. So whatever Raghu creates or Raghu works and all, it will be saved into this database. And whatever I am working, I am creating and all, it will be saved into this database. And then, one second. Mali, okay. So whatever Raghu works and all will be saved into that database. At the same time, I can pull out my data also from that database. Like Raghu's work, if I want, I can go and see there. And same way, my work also will be saved into that database. So we will have a database in between us. So that is given as, that is the server. Okay. So that is what is given in the new workspace. So what is the, that is the type of the repository that you select. Means if it is a single user workspace, then it is all your work. Everything can be stored in your computer and you need not depend on any other work, any other people, right? So that is the reason we need not require any repository. But if it is a multi-user repository, you need some database. So which type of database are you using? Are you going to use a SQLite database or Oracle or an MS SQL database or a DB2? So which type of repository are you using in the middle? That is what is created, that is what is given from the type of the repository. So for now, let's learn the single user workspace first. Later, we will learn the multi-user. So now I am selecting it as none so that I can create the single user workspace. The next thing here you can see is the folder where you are going to create the single user workspace. So see Tosca project, Tosca workspaces. This is the default path that is given. This path is what yesterday we have seen. Yesterday when we saw there are two folders that are created. One is Tosca underscore projects and another one is in the program files cross 86 you will have a Tricentis folder. So if you don't want this default path, you can click on these three dots and choose a path on your own. Okay, you can choose any path and you can select it and you can create it in that particular folder also. But I recommend you to create in this folder so that if you are facing any issue or if you forget this path also, there will be someone to help you out. And the next one is the name that you are going to specify. So here I am having certain name like batch 15 single. You can create your workspace with your own names as per your wish. You can create this. Okay, just give any valid name. That's all. And the next one is the use workspace template. We discussed about standard modules yesterday. Standard modules are something which are given by Tosca to help us in our work. So whenever you tick mark this use workspace template, this will automatically import your standard modules. See, if I tick mark this, here, see, Tosca projects, Tosca commander, standard.tsu. So this is being included. If you don't tick mark this, then they are not imported. I will show you the difference between both of them. So for this, actually, I am just selecting this one and saying OK here. Okay. And I'll create another project without selecting that and I will show you the difference. So now my workspace is being created and I will be automatically navigated into my workspace. See, this is my workspace that I have created. You can see the name and the path over here. See, Tosca projects, Tosca workspaces, batch 15 single is the workspace details. Okay. And now, in order to come out of this, go to project, click on close. It will close the current project you are actually in. Now let's create another workspace. So how do we create a workspace? Just go to this project, click on this new button and what is the type of the workspace? It's a single user. And what are the folder where this workspace has to be created? The default one I want. What is the name that you are going to provide for this workspace? So I will say without. Okay, and I'm not tick marking this workspace template here. If you want, you can just tick mark. Now I want to show you the difference. That is the reason I did not tick mark this particular one and I will say okay. See, this is the workspace without which we created without using standard modules. If you look into this workspace sections, test cases, what are the things that test cases have? Nothing. What are the things that module section has? Nothing. Now let us open, I'll close this. Let us open our batch 15 workspace. which we created using standard modules. And then let's see. See, when you created using standard modules, you are having certain examples and all so that you can kickstart your work. And your modules also have some of the standard modules over here. See, T-box automation tools, T-box X engines, data management. Some folders are present, right? So this is the difference between whenever you import standard modules and you don't import standard modules. Is it clear till here, everybody?
Yes, Ramya.
Yes, Ramya. Yes.
Okay. So now we understood how do we create a workspace. So now let's understand what are the different sections of Tosca. Like a just brief introduction is what I give. So now in order to go to the main root folder that we have in this workspace, you can see different windows and it is somewhat confusing for us. All right. So let us go to the main folder. So just go to your home. This is the home button. And here you can see the project. Click on this. It will open the main node. So dock it over here. And now I'm just right clicking this one. And then I will say close all but this. So I'm closing all the sections that are open. So this is the main project node that we have. And now, when I say docking or something, usually whenever you open new window in Tosca, it will be in a floating mode. Okay, I will show you what do I mean by floating and docking. So when we say project only, for example, see this is the window that is there. See, I can drag it and I can just leave it here. I can drag it, leave it here, drag it, leave it here. This way of movement is called as floating. This window is floating now. Okay. But if you want to dock it somewhere, when I say docking, it is nothing but, just keeping it in some reserved position. You just hold this blue color area here, hold your left hand side mouse button and just moving around. See here you can see some options. Dock it to the left, dock it to the right, top, bottom, center. So these are the options. For suppose I selected the right one. So this is how it looked like. Okay. Or else again drag it. I selected the left. This is how it looks like. Again drag it. Bottom. This is how it looks like. Again I am dragging it. So when I dock it to the center, it goes and sits in the correct position. Okay. Or else if you don't want to dock it to the center, you can directly get this and dock it here. Even this is also once the same. It will be docked in the center only. Okay. And now I am closing because, yeah. So this is the main project node. So these are the different sections of Tosca. And you can see this list of sections in here also. So first let's start discussing about one after another. The first one is the module section. Usually the naming conventions in Tosca are a bit different. So one way is you can either follow the naming conventions and if you don't remember, at least follow the color coding. When we say modules, everything is present in the orange color only. Okay. So modules, what do we do in this section? Whenever we are automating, usually we will have two phases. One is the identification phase and another one is the operation phase. The identification phase, that means if you want to go to some element, if you want in order to perform operation, first you need to go there. So that moving to the element nearby that element, how you have to reach it out. All these things are done through the help of the modules only. Okay. So what are the properties that you are using in order to capture that element? So all these details are present from the modules section. The next one is the test cases section. Test cases section will actually tell you what is the operation that you are going to perform. Are you going to click something, or are you going to input some value in it, or are you going to verify something from that, from UI part, and compare it with some value from our side? So what is expected and actual results? So like this, it will specify all sorts of operations that you are going to perform on an element. The next one is the execution section. In Tosca, we have two types of executions. One is scratchbook execution, another one is through this green color section called execution. There is some difference between these two, which we will get to know later. So, execution section will mainly help us to execute our test cases. The next one is the issues section. This will help us to create the defects and feature requests. Feature requests are nothing but the deferred bugs. Okay, like if for suppose if your bug is a valid one, but that is going to be an out of box for the user story that you raised it. So then what do they say? Like, yeah, this is a valid point only. We will get it done for the next sprint or the next user story or the next release, something like that. And they mark some of the bugs as the deferred ones. Those are called as feature requests in Tosca. If you right click, you can see. See, this is the defect icon and this is the feature request icon. The next one is the reporting. Reporting will help us to create different sort of reports. We have some reports already available. Other than that, if you want to create a new report and all also, you can do it by using the reporting section of Tosca. It is mainly used to create or customize the reports. The next one is requirements. We know how important this phase is in SDLC or SDLC cycles. The same way, this will help us to maintain our requirements and all. The next one is test case design. This is one of the place where you can maintain your test data. You are passing different types of data and all. Then you can maintain it in the test case design section. We will discuss this also later. The next one is test planning. In STLC, you might have seen you will be having different phases: requirements gathering, planning the things, designing them, and implementing them, and then testing. So, like in the same way, for the test planning also, you will have so many things that needs to be planned. So for those, you can create the sessions and you can work on them. Usually, see, this is how the session looks like. Like, who is the owner? When is this particular session going to start and end? What is the task duration? And how many people are participating in it? What are the different tasks that we have allotted? What is the status? What is the time spent? Who is the assignee? Something like this. So, this is all nothing but, planning our testing. Like, how are we going to do? How many members are involved in this? So all these details are present in the test planning section. The last one is the configuration section. Configuration section is nothing but where you can store your configurations and all. Okay. So now, after discussing about all different sections in Tosca, what are the ones actually we use? We will not use all these sections of Tosca because it is impossible for us. Like, slowly we started using things. So earlier people used to use only modules, test cases, and execution section. But now recently people started using issues, modules, test cases, execution, test case design, requirements. So these are the sections currently people are using from Tosca perspective. Other than these 6 sections, people like they don't have much approach, or they don't have much knowledge on the configurations, reporting and test planning. Some people may ask you about reporting sometimes, but you can say that you are not aware of customizing the reports and all, because we are not some reporting person here, so we are not going to use that. And you can say that test planning, anyways, this will not be done as part of Tosca at all. Okay, so these are the things that you can say for them. And now, before we talk about this, how to open these sections and all, any questions, any doubts?
Ramya, for regarding issues, right? So for issues, do we need to create them manually? So automatically, once execution is done, automatically that defect will be created.
See,
The
usually
issues
for the
section.
use of issues section, if you are integrating your HPALM or the particular defect management tool with Tosca, then you can make use of this section. But if you are not integrating it with this, then you cannot make, like, there is no use of using this.
Ramya, you
Okay.
said execution section they
For
have
the
two types. May I know, first one is a scratch and may I know the second one, Ramya?
First one is the scratch book and the second one is the execution.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Raghu?
and Ramya, one more thing for reporting. Suppose, for example, yeah, this Raghu Ramya. For suppose I have a 50 test cases, someone I have ran, our manager will ask the report. So how many test cases pass and fail? That will we can show here for reporting
Yes,
section.
yes, we will discuss all those.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Ramya.
Yeah. Any
Ramya,
other?
test case design section.
Yes.
Test case design section. Can you please once again explain, Ramya?
This is the place where we can maintain the test data.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm moving ahead. So this is all about the different sections of Tosca. I just gave you a very brief introduction. We will discuss about these sections again, like in detail we will see them. Okay, you need not worry. So now, for suppose, let's see the other good to know thing. So for suppose, I want to work on modules, but working in this structure is bit difficult for me. So then what I can do is, one way is you can open this section and click on this modules. It will open you the modules section window. Okay, and you can just dock it in the same way. Okay, or else you can just go to this particular one, whatever be it is, it need not be a different section or anything, it can be a small folder also. You go over there, right click on that folder or whatever be it is, and then you will see a some options here. Like, see, whenever you right click on something on the Tosca, when first thing before we go for this, like, what is an object in Tosca? Everything is called as an object in Tosca. Object means it doesn't represent an some module or some test case or something like that. Whatever you see in this Tosca commander, we usually refer it as an object. It can be a folder, it can be your project, it can be module, it can be test case, it can be test step, whatever be it is called as an object in Tosca. And when I say object in Tosca, usually whenever you right click on any of the object, you can see two things that come up. This area, these options which you are seeing, right? This one we call it as, sorry, this area and this area. Okay. And this one we call it as the mini toolbar. Okay, in this mini toolbar you can see the icons here. So these icons again same. Okay, these have certain functionalities. Whenever you mouse over on these icons, you can see their functionalities. See, if you click on this, it will create an X module for you. If you click on this, it will create a module for you. If you click on this, it will create a folder for you. So in this way, it will open. Okay, this is the mini toolbar we call it. Okay, and other than this mini toolbar, here you can see another menu also, right? This one we call it as context menu. These options and all you can see some drop down sort of a thing that came up, right? This one we call it as context menu. This is the context menu. This is the mini toolbar. Okay, and other than this, whenever you right click, usually for everything you will see this context menu and mini toolbar. And here you can see two different areas. There is some small line sort of a thing. This is the area where you can see the root tree structure sort of things. See, all these are present here. But whatever you click on, that particular detailed section is present in this. Like now when I click on module, so see this one is showing me the detailed view of modules. But see here, it shows me everything. So this area we call it as the detailed view area. Okay. And every object in Tosca has properties. How can you see the properties? Here there is a small triangle icon which you can see if you notice. See, if you click on this small triangle icon, it will open the properties. Every object in Tosca will have it. See, if I click on your main project node, even it has some properties in it. If I click on configuration, see it has properties, execution properties, issues properties. So whatever be it is, it will have properties. Usually you will see these things in natural, like whenever you are working, right? These things you can notice immediately. The first one is if you right click, you will see the mini toolbar and context menu. The second one is you can see two different sections. One is the tree structure section and another one is the detailed view section. And the last one is every object in Tosca has properties. Okay. And whenever you click on this small triangle, these will be populated. And if you want to collapse them, just click on it again. It will be collapsed. Okay. And now let us see one more thing. So for suppose now I opened my modules. Okay, in a new area, in a new window. In the same way, I am opening my test cases also in a new window and I will dock it here. And now I want to save this view. Like whenever I open Tosca, I want to see this like modules, test cases and project node. Instead of all the sections coming up, I want to be in this view only. So how do we create it? Just go to this view. Here you have a concept of perspectives they call it. Click on this manage, click on this save and I'm giving a name mod comma test cases. This is the name I gave for my convenience. Just to say okay. And now by default, what is the view you will be in? Something like this. Whenever you open this sort of a view and if you want to immediately to switch to the view that you would like, just go to this select and see this is the view which we created. So click on this one. Immediately you will be here. Like instead of every time going to every folder that you want, right clicking and opening it in a new window, you can directly switch from using the perspectives also. Okay. This perspectives concept is present in the view menu option. Now let us see this area. Okay, the top area. Toolbar area, actual toolbar. So if you see, this is the home menu that you have, view menu that you have, tools, API testing. So these four are present. Along with these four, depending on the section of Tosca, some sections have different menus added, some sections don't have anything. Let's see. If you click on configurations, do you see any menu that come up here? Nothing. If you click on execution, see, immediately a new one has been added here. After home view tools, another menu called execution list came up. So even this has some options in it. So the same way with the issues also. Whenever you raise some issue and all, do you have any menu coming up? No, there is not there. But when you click on the modules, see, you have a modules menu. Similarly, when you are working on reporting, you will have a reporting menu, requirements menu, test case design menu, test cases menu, test planning menu. Okay, so these are the different sections which have menus and which don't have menus. Okay, like this will help us to work faster instead of right clicking and choosing the things from the mini toolbar and the dynamic drop down. Okay, is it clear till here, everybody? Any questions, any doubts?
Ramya, one second, can you please explain the view menu?
Okay, I'll do that. Usually, whenever we open something, for suppose, think like you created some sub folders inside the modules, and now you open that sub folders, whatever you have created, you opened and kept it open in the docking state.
Okay.
So, when you close your project and you open it, what will happen? It will open the default view that it has.
Okay.
Right. So, this is the default view that it has. So, this is how it will open. Now, for you to get into that subfolders once again and again coming out of it, docking the things here, it may be somewhat messed up. You will face this issue after working some days with Tosca actually. Okay. And then for you, it will be a bit hard to go to all those structures and all. So then what we do is usually we will just save those perspectives by clicking on this manage and clicking on the save button. So those perspectives will be saved here. And then in order to use them, you will just go to select and select them. Whatever perspective be it is, you will just click on it and select it. So that particular view will be loaded.
Okay. Okay, Ramya.
Yeah. Any other questions, any doubts that you people have? No? Okay.
No,
So,
Ramya. No, Ramya.
yeah. So now let's move ahead. Let's see what are the other options that are present in the project menu. So I'm clicking on this project. We already know about this close. Close is meant to close our project menu, like close our project or the workspace. The next option you can see is license. In order to access this, you should not be into any project. Let me show you. See, in order to enable this, please close the workspace first. So I will close my workspace, save all changes. Yes, please save all my changes. So now home, see this is the license. This license is exactly the same as the license configuration which we saw yesterday. The same options activate, manage, connect and activate. I said you yesterday, you can configure your license from the license configuration or else you can come to Tosca Commander and here click on connect, connect to cloud hosted license server and then pass your credentials. You can do in any ways. Okay, the same license comes up here. The next one is the accounts. What is this accounts is, if you are having any Tricentis cloud account, then you can make use of it. Then you can log in. But usually we will not have any Tricentis cloud accounts. So that is the reason we need not log in or anything. And the next one is about Tosca. This is nothing but which version of Tosca are you going to use? Like, are you using now? And what are the add-ins that it has? So all these details will be present here. See, all this. I'm using 13.2, so that is the reason it is showing this. Okay, and I clicked on OK button, so I moved out. So about Tosca will tell us all the information about Tosca. The next two things which you see here are options and settings. These are the important things. What are these options and settings means? Always remember one thing. Whenever you change the settings or options, they will be referred only to your computer. If you are a single user environment, you can make this out. But if I am connected to multiple people, like think like we are 5 to 10 members connected with each other. And now I am making some settings. I am doing some changes in these settings so that my test case will run. Now, somebody from my team, out of these 10 members, want to execute my test case in their machine. So, will it work for them if these changes are applied to the local level? No, right? Again, they have to change the settings in their machine accordingly so that my test case will be executed. In this way, how many people can I ask? Please change the settings. And how many else will ask? Like now I asked for one test case. Tomorrow another person will come and ask for another test case. And if you keep on changing the settings and the options, then you will not know which one you have to maintain. So that is the reason we will never work on options and settings. And always remember, options and setting changes, whatever you are doing, this will be applied only to the local machine level only. Even though you are connected with each other using a server and all, and you will not see these changes whatever you have made in others machine. Okay, this will be applied only to your machine only. And I will show you how this look. This is how the settings look like. They have different folders in them, and these are the changes that you can do. Like you can enable things, you can disable things and all. See, like do you want to enable the snapper? So what is the path you need? So similarly, some other options that you have here, like what is the maximum wait duration and all. So all these details are present here. We will not work on these settings and the options because they will not be applied to all the machines. There is an alternative way. If you want to change the settings and all so that it applies in all the machines, there is an alternative approach for that which we will be discussing. And options are nothing but the view related settings most of the times. I'll show you. Yeah, this is the options. These are the view related settings, like do you want to minimize while execution or scan? Do you want your undo enabled? Do you want to show the warning if test cases with missing data source exist? What is the font name? What is the font size? So all these are the view related settings that you can see. Like see, LDAP authentication do you need? Or see, do you want to show the work state? Or do you want to show missing modules and all? And this is all about the hints and all, like do you want to enable the hints? So these are all the view related settings basically. The projects and the the settings and the options that you see in the project menu. The next one is the new open and info. Open will help us to open our projects. New will help us to create the project. These two things you already know. And info is nothing but the information about your workspace. We will not use this. Like this will help us to, create a backup and all in common repositories and you can make use of certain services also. If you are working with some kind of service management and all, you can make use of these things, like do you want to back up or do you want to come back to your workspace. All these things will be done, but usually we will never use this info also. So this is all about the project menu. Any questions, any doubts on it?
Yeah, this is Ravi here. For whatever thing the options and settings right, suppose we are using five members, the default options and settings same, right? For all five members.
Yeah, by default it will be same for all, and we are not going to change them at all.
Okay. If I want to change anything, my perspective in timeout section, that will not use, right? Another one.
Sorry.
Yeah, actually, some timeout exception somewhat like usual. So that scanning is not working in another machine. I have changed some timeout section. So the element is not identified. I have increased my timeout section. So that will applicable only for my machine only, not for another
Yeah.
machine,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Whatever you change in the
Okay.
options and settings, that is applied only to your machine only. And the basic thumb rule, like we have certain best practices to follow. So among those best practices, the first best practice is don't change your options and settings. Yeah. Any other questions? Any doubts?
Ramya,
Yes.
Stefan here, and can you say about 1 second about the settings?
Sure. Like usually in the options and settings, like whatever changes that you are doing in options and settings, they will be applied only to your computer. For suppose we are all interconnected and I created some test cases and I changed some of the settings in my machine so that this test case will be executed properly. And now I asked Anusha to execute the same test case in her machine, and she is not aware of the changes that I have done in the settings. So obviously my test case will fail, right? And tomorrow when Anusha comes up with the changes in the settings, Bhavya will come up with another test case saying this is also the another test case I created and the settings has to be set to this value for that. And now there the confusion begins. Which settings do we need to use? Ramya's, Anusha's or Bhavya's? Because all three of us got three different settings. So which one will you go ahead with? So that is the reason we need not change any of the settings and the options. There is an alternative for it which we will be discussing in the next classes. And if there is anything that is related from the settings and options, I will show you here. Only thing is we are not going to change them directly here. There is another way to do that. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any doubts? And Prashanti, I actually, thanks for reminding me this one. I actually gave you two files in your common drive. Let me show you here. In your common drive, you have 13.2 and you also have 14 version also. Download whatever version that you like. Either 14 with patch 1 extension or else 13.2. Any version of Tosca. 14 is the latest one. Okay, you can download this and you can install this. And both of these are the huge files, like each one will be like 1.5 GB size and all. So please download whatever that you need and accordingly install it. And for the license and all, we already discussed in the yesterday's class, so you can refer that. Even that is present here, day1.mp4. Okay, any other questions?
Can we upgrade like a tool? First install 13 and later on we upgrade it to 14? Is it possible?
No, you cannot update anything here. There is no option here.
Okay.
Every time for the latest version, you have to go download and install. Any other questions? Okay. So with this, I will stop today's session. Tomorrow also let's discuss about standard modules and some more details. And then we will start with the requirements and all. Thank you all. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ramya.
Thank you.